all be so excited that this is happening. And I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
I just got flashed with the biggest damn titties ever. I don't know. They might have been. I don't know what that was about. Texas license plates. I don't know.
patience. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw magic circle around me. They keep me from harm. The law fat checks. Purposely will keep me up calm. Water fire at earth. Turn me from that beast to a bomb. Blow the joint to split the range. The plane the centimeters. I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles. Guarded by angel of shiny eating. Angels, thank you. And I, of course, am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well, at least I'm flying plain view. I am my circle. How loving four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. How we call when pro and I spit flow, slow man fly in the shell at shell, have they kept slow. Stay high, years later he's the same degree, just gain density. Gave my synopsis, he's hostage. I prayed I could say I'm behaved by logos. I raised my moral ground, we have my character. Stay fly, the conduct squared up. Self-esteem, the day sky. New God on what the world's been waiting for the days now. They are there and I don't abide by the same ethics. They fan respect, yet obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect. But strange essence, but the epic of my name will reign and remain epic. Circumscribed by passions, my squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's rare, I spit. But the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried, this kitten that it tried to eclipse my soul. Bounce back from it, announce it, I'm done with being the sacrificial lamb. The jungle, I run it, thus the lion conquereth over this numbness. Made a conscious shift, even in darkness, the sun lit on you false lights. Don't have to be gold to glitter. Actors of the part, but just for show, go figure. You did pounding, you bad boy or gorilla. I'm built like a silverback with hella track, no illa back than me. Masturbate her back, originally ready, take the mask off. 360 on my square, see the circle, if not your mask off. You promise, dash your salt, the dialogue's trash talk, your past lost. Leave up footprints in the asphalt. Use the outline, correction, last rock. I blast off, I crash off to the next zest of living. Secretly sex some whose ass off. When she walks that ass talk, I talk back to it like who makes your Yanni sing. Her response, she dons me king. To who they gave me the script, my ops the prescription. This is my vision's description. Listen, I'm standing on my circle is me. I absorb your hate and make it work for me. Transform into fuel as I evolve. Advance is abnormal, dormant form and leave y'all right where y'all started at. Let me impart a fact. She'll be sitting in my ship as we chart the map. Thinking in destiny, the turtle and the hare. Acknowledge me as the circle and the square. Yeah. Now watch time and space rock a great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the rhyme and bass rock. I rose up, took a shower, purified my auric field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown, chakra core and heel, pound the pavement. Sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child, resilient of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. It's the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path. Simple, highest form, spiritualities, how you teach math. A humble beach is still a beach. Now feel the beach raft, rain fire upon them as the internet forums. Sigils, emojis as the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quorums. Establish Big Ma's house so she may restore him. A great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass rock. The next host, note to self, quit playing.
Hey man, wake up, man.
This shit, this talk. My turn, take the risk and smash. Most impersonated.
Yo.
Rappers sacrificing each other for grist of their cash session. Watch videos without the subliminals. Predictive programming weirdo. Strong.
What's up?
The land contaminated. Fruits and vegetables. Like minerals, the water and skies are fried. Nuclear chemicals technology. Got me here in front of my desktop perusing these beats and whatnot. For my best option contemplating which bar will next spot to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox off the chart. I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, but she's the best part and great matriarch. Whether it's day or dark, creates this spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her made the patriarch. Most social media changes our face. Marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space. Whether it's day or dark, creates this spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her made the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge one is with the run and pace.
Hit the people's off right quick. Hit the people's, hit my peeps. Beep, beep. Oh, Bush's Secret Family Recipe beans. Holding on, huh? Hit one if you can hear me. Everybody's in here, hit one right now. I'll wait a few minutes. I'm not in a rush. It's going to take me about 15, 20 minutes. It's not going to take long. All right? Like I said, they can't help themselves. Can't blame them. It is Saturday. Yeah. Whatever they call Saturday. Hey Sharon, yeah, did they kick you out? Was it just let me know, was it acting up or anything like that? Because when the bots come in, it's AI and it just can't help itself. And then you get a couple of little goofies come along and they want to say whatever they need. You let them voice their little concerns and everything. Buffering badly. I went to the other phone. Oh, is it still buffering? Is it still buffering? Because I go out and come back in. I go out and correct it. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Dev? Yeah, they were messing. So every time the bots come in, they can't even get it to work out right because they want the bots to do something as if it's doing something. They haven't figured out a way to let the people come in and the bots say something. I guess unless you have a big following, I don't care about the bots coming in or whatever. You know what I mean? Seems good now. Awesome. Appreciate that, Sharon. So again, I was stating, with everything going on in the world, all right, and things I pointed out, hey, I don't care about this goofy 4-star Langley and the stuff that they're going with Abraham Traore and all that stuff. When this land was being conquered, I'm grateful people are actually paying attention because I've stated, I've been stating this over 40 years because people used to talk, I told you I knew my great uncle's Tennessee. People been saying there wasn't no damn Civil War, and that's the lie right there. That's why I'm no citizen. I'm not no goofy national, none of that shit. This is my land. I belong to it as much as he belongs to me. All right? No ownership. And when I was saying this, there was nobody saying this. Nobody. Because it wasn't practical to the purposes they serve. I'm not here to serve no purpose. I'm here to just do things. And they're so stupid that they love the betrayal and the death and the bloodletting and everything so much that they don't sometimes know the ones they should really get in contact with. And this is something that was well known a long time ago. That's why I tell you, y'all need to stop being fearful. Now the monkeys running around doing what they're doing, look, they don't have to believe nothing. They don't have to see this video. It's the heads that don't tell them nothing, that's on them. I know I had a couple people say, what do you mean by we'll see you in the end? Look, man, whatever choice you make, I just know I don't play no major part here. I don't care. I look for balance. I'm here for balance. I don't have a clear understanding about it. There's no deep impression other than the fact that I've relegated myself to it because something doesn't happen so many times, even when you ignored it over and over and over and over and over and over and over for no reason. I mean, if you're running around with a bald tire, you know it's going to blow soon. And if you're driving a vehicle with a load on it over its gross weight, right? That tire is going to blow, and what's going to happen? It's going to kick one way or the other, isn't it? Especially if the weight is overweight. So the same thing with the dreams, whatever you want to call them. I use dreams because that's what y'all understand. I call it something else. And I've done that in a couple of videos, right? I've accepted the reality because it's too clear. Now they can go off and do whatever they want. It don't matter. I've seen it so many times that it was perplexing, that it was all my stress and everything else. It just to the point where I was like, oh, I wasn't gonna kill myself like that. I'm just no idiot. But I was like, oh, something ain't right. And I remember having a conversation with a Jamaican and a Haitian, Rastas, right? And the one who helped me with the vegan diets and all that, get back on it when I lose all that weight, 275, you know, I wasn't fat, I was just big. I was lifting everything with all the injuries. I thought if I got real strong and lifted everything, I'd be all right. I made it worse. All right. And they was like, you know, they were saying, you know, call me a seer, this, that, and all this. And some people want to see you as a warlock and all this other goofy stuff. And I'm like, no, it's just a dream I've had so many times that I can't make it irrelevant. And then it kept coming, and whether I was in the hospital, when I went to the sleep apnea studies, you know, where they could see me go to sleep and wake up, they didn't know why I was waking up. You know, with all the stuff hooked up, you know, and the cameras, and I'm sitting there going, oh, don't eat no beans and don't eat no roughage, you know, no cabbage, and I don't want to be in there. And they'd be like, oh, he's in there busting. But anyway, they had me hooked up on all those things, and sleep apnea, insomnia, and all that stuff, right? They had to see for themselves. They know what it is. It's a way for them to see how the experiments and everything else they're doing. You know, when you go to the medical for this, that, and you get certain shots or whatever, something happened, when you go into these places and you go in for these complaints, it is based on what they did. Parasites, they strengthen them, okay? They can walk by you too, and they can puff, they'll put a little air, a little puffer, and all these little weird things. You know, the idiots who don't know no better. They think they're really doing something great, the loyal stupidity. But they can walk right by you. You would never even know it, hear it. And next thing you breathe it in, just regular breathing, and next thing you know, hey, you got lung cancer, you got pancreatic cancer, you got, you know what I'm saying, spleen, cancer in your spleen. All the, you know, spleens, your liver is about that big, and your spleen is about that big. You know what I'm saying? And you wonder what's going on, because as far as you know, you were healthy. You know, these individuals are not just stupid; they're irrelevant, and I see them. It's not like they're not cordoned off between A through Z. It's not like that. They're literally like in droves, walking, or whatever you want to call it, by me. All right. So if you're worried about Langley, this goofy token ass nigga, and Abraham and all this other stuff, 37-year-old president of what you call it, the big that Nigeria or Liberia, whatever is talking about, they won't want to help him or whatever the goofy stuff's going on. It's more complicit. You're just being more complicit of what they're doing. You know, see, a lot of people have a hard time accepting the fact that they know what they're doing. Okay? If I was here to stop them, I wouldn't be on here. I'd be at the job of stopping them. That's why I tell you they're weak, because they get caught up about these little nuances that don't really mean nothing. These are some things they probably should listen to. And they're probably going, we hear you loud and clear. You know, it's like people coming in and they run off. I know it's hard for people to accept things, and I'm not here for nobody to accept anything. I mean, as trivial as everything sounds, because I had to dream again, and it was worse. It was so much worse. Maybe I've ignored some of these things. I've seen little pity pats of these little nuances as well. From the time when they were destroying and killing all the cattle and the pigs and the chickens, and, you know, the Japanese taking poo-poo, you know, the water treatment facilities is not water treatment facilities. They've been filling you full of fluoride before it, and I read who it was and where it was coming from. And the fact that they still have these idiots want to say, yeah, because they think they're in that much control because you give it to them. They want to censor fact checkers, fake fact checkers. I pulled out a witchcon and showed a picture of all these Hindus, and not to be this with utter disregard, because you know they're Persians. If you want to accept that narrative. When I told y'all, look at the Ottoman Empire, right? I guess that was one of the first ones. The fact that they call themselves Chazars, like Khazarians. What about the Ab-Khazarians? Did they kill off their darker melanated brothers and they go to China, the Boxer Rebellion, kill off the majority of them, Germany and everything else before they brought them people to their knees so they would have forgetting it, just like they're doing in Palestine, like they came to do here. And then it's certain when they realize, okay, we can't kill them all off, they asserted other people to be us that can never be us. Y'all don't get how things work. You like the world that you're comfortable in. Put a one up if you're still there. No, I'm buffering because I told you they're weak. Very weak. I'll wait until some ones go up. Thanks, Sharon. All right. And we still have people who are caught up in the fiction of the identity. That is an identity crisis. When you don't know who and what you really, really are. You know, and they did a good job because people want to fight and die because of portraits, fake paintings that have been created. And no one wants to hear anything that's relevant to a real existence. Look at this. Why are eggs still high in prices? I couldn't believe that Trump said, oh, the eggs are low, they're at the lowest prices. How do these people remain such idiots? Why? Because they made the world an idiot. If you're moving like an idiot and you're complaining and not doing anything to make change, well, think about it. How many of y'all have been laying up at night? You clean and everything, and you look down and you're not seeing nothing, and you see these little tiny, I forget what these bugs are called, they're crawling around. You know, these idiots have created so much stuff, so many bad things. But do we need to have this insatiable appetite to say, yes, it's bad stuff? Or do we just need to ignore it and let whatever be while you're bettering your platform of existence? I'm telling you, regardless of what they're seeing and what they think, you're not coming back here. It's not happening again. I don't care how anybody feels dumb or whatever. I don't care about all the shit they found out there. That should be a sign to the idiots. It doesn't matter who's sitting there telling them, giving them the fake story to make them self-compromise to believe because, you know, this motherfucker's about 40 feet tall. It's kind of purplish gray or whatever. It don't matter. I had somebody from my childhood, my youngling days. Yeah, you said you remember on Willowdale, them people all bright light walking down the alleyway? Yes, they were going into battle. They were going into battle again. I was able to see through the realm. I was able to see something. I'm using these terms because those are the terms you use to give you a clearer understanding. My brother Red saw it. He hit himself. Okay? I remember peeking up over the window, looking at these things, and it was the last one looked back at me. He had some on his shoulder. There was a big flag on the back of him. He looked back at me. Negroidal features, big. All this equipment on, armor or whatever it was, but it was all light. You know, the sun ain't yellow. You know it's white, right? It's not yellow, people. But yet, when I'm looking at these individuals, they look like it was yellow, like they were yellow gold or a bright, bright light. Nothing like what we look like. And they were big. They looked powerful. They were like us. And they were going to fight something. They had armor on. You could tell they were wearing some kind of weird armor or something. And they just walked into the back. And I remember looking down the side of the window before I hid myself because I was so scared. I remember my face feeling so warm into the darkness. It wasn't the backyard. It was nighttime. It was about, I don't know, 12, 1, 2 o'clock. And I just know that next morning my mother came and sat on my back and beat my ass. I don't know how long she did. She laid me on the bed, sat on my back, and beat me like you know. And want to hold on to this world they gave you? Then go ahead. Do you want to hold on to your fake identity and everything else? Then go ahead. If you want to hold on to your religions and everything, then go ahead. I can't get behind that. I know one thing. I was touched by something, you know? And it was, I know they will ignore any warning. I know that a lot of you will ignore any warning. I don't know if it's a warning. But don't slack. Don't be a slacker. And that's what the world has a lot of slackers. I watched this video, this guy get hit with a drone. Right? His leg was folded back on him. It's slinky. And he's laying there coughing up blood. I remember him giving the middle finger. That wasn't defiance. That wasn't strength. That was because he knew his time was up. But what I saw more than that, whatever was leaving him on the screen, what it was leaving, right at that last moment before it cut off, I saw it leaving. It was conflicting. Do not be in a position of confliction. Do not be separated because they've divided you. Okay? They look. They say sirens and oracles and all this other goofy stuff. Somewhere along the line, somebody forgot to share with them certain truths, certain possibilities, because they want to keep pushing forward, ever and whatever, right? Okay? These individuals have made some of the worst choices ever in existence. Whatever promises, lucrative as they may sound, it's a fallacy. Cloning, I don't think y'all really get how that works, because you don't come back. Not you. Yeah. This is it. Now, I have a story to tell, and they're too stupid to even fathom that, like most people. It might give some leeway. And it may not. Don't slack, people. All right? If you got to believe in what they've given you, if you've been manipulated and your conviction is based on blackmailing, trapping, are raising and nurturing you in their lie, well, you get your just desserts like everyone else. The worst thing they could have done in the world, and they did it, when I was telling them to let me be, I asked them, let me be, leave me alone. And I told them, leave me alone. Then I expressed it in the deepest, leave me the fuck alone. These things, these individuals are stupid. Okay? They're very, 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 and I'm using that word because y'all's interpretation means as it is in, you know, as far as definition wise, stupid. Stupido. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it to make them, well, they're emotional anyway, to make them feel some kind of way. Hey, Ultra, what's going on, Instinct? I can't deny, though I went ahead and said what I said, it ain't like I'm blowing the whistle on the goofy shit they're doing. I'm not part of that crap. I know when I looked this all over, how many miles, you know, I might exaggerate 300 miles, but it was far when the officer was telling me how far I could see these ships. They need you to believe their lies so much. They need you to capitulate, and they don't want nobody to change that. I'm not changing nothing. Everybody has a choice. A lot of you know this stuff because there's a lot of people putting it out there. You even have the idiot agents trying to say, oh yeah, Charlie is not, it was caused, oh, whatever. There was this before these Zionists, whatever you want to call them. I'm tired of calling them Zionists, but they ain't nothing to do with it. But anyway, they have weaponized you. They weaponize your children in your ignorance, in your absence. They have weaponized everything, and they use everything that you create against you, because you still want to listen to the absurdities who may not even be who you think they are. How many of y'all looking at Umar and starting to realize he is not who he said he was? How did he make it so far? Because of people's pain. People slacking. Everybody's slacking. All right? They've got this fake ass government. It's got everybody believing that America's hate this, that, and the other. How the fuck so? You have Muslim brothers and sisters over here who are smart, and they're quiet. They don't have to say nothing. They do their part, though. It's funny how all religions are supposed to be this loving conviction and this, that, and the other. Yet every one of the leaders of the church, ministers, rabbis, rabbinical, or whatever, are pushing perversions. A false sense or narrative of power. That's how corrupt, conflagrated. I mean, there's more stuff coming out about that idiot. What's the name? What's that preacher's name? The big fat mofo with Diddy. I don't like saying their names, y'all, because I just don't, right? It's more and more. But that keeps people feeling like, yeah, the truth's coming out. If you already knew the so-called truth, what do you need them to tell you for? This is what the problem is. You need them to confide because of censorship and everything else to make you feel like, yay! You hear where I'm coming from? So even in the subtlest moments of thinking that you have taken back your power, in reality, no. They're still exuding their power and you're still utilizing it to convene or convey something based on their interpretation. It's all a big act. It keeps you separated from yourself. It makes you comfortable in your false existence. You get that? Yo, that's right, Ultra. That's right. None of them are any good. And some of our aunties and uncles are no damn good. You hear me? Who remembers Michael Jordan laying up under the chairs crying because he found out his daddy was murdered? That was a sacrifice. But why you see him now, where he partying? Saudi, all these pale skin. He don't care about a nigga the first, unless it's a show and an act. Get the shot. You need that nigga ain't getting no damn the ouchie Fauci. See, this is incredible. How many of y'all think that was Michael Jackson up until the last moment, right? Y'all think that was Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson was dead in the 80s, y'all. He ain't been with us for a long time. You can see that in Jermaine and them. One of them's dead, but you can see that in their faces. All of a sudden, he didn't talk to certain people and everything. People who used to communicate all the time. That's like Jamie Foxx. All of a sudden, he just stopped tattoo going on the back of his head. That was a tattoo. And he stopped talking to his favorite cousin. Still not talking to her. Listen, y'all. Y'all see Lady Gaga. You see all of them. Cardi B, you see all of them. But you refuse to accept anything because the spell makes you think that your skin complexion is the one for reflection and somebody else's. Y'all gotta let go of all that nonsense. All right? All of it. You got royalty in your damn bloodline, my brothers and sisters. Royalty. And they got a whole bunch of has-beens and mishaps and frauds acting like they move over and above you. Because they can poison you. They can make you weak. They can't stand up with a real fight with the real ones. Any way, any means, right? By any means necessary. That's they operate like that. While the rest of you just run along to get along. How's the run along to get along working out? I just want to know. Appreciate that shot. You know, Fuber, she had Ron Hayes on her show yesterday. I like that. I'm glad he's dismissing the more stuff because he used to put that equated. He's full of knowledge. I like that. Now I've got to finish watching the last like 20 minutes of his. Kiramio has an awesome one up too. Our beloved brother. A lot of good information. Now, when I say what I say, it doesn't dismiss stuff. My thing is to get y'all to look beyond the scope of your intellect, to go beyond it, to ascend the few that will get it. Okay? I tell you, T doing some work. He's figuring some things out. Now, the enemy can learn it too. It doesn't mean shit. Anyone can learn to ascend in a different vernacular. You can give up the ghost at any moment. You can allow people in, or things to read whatever you want read. That might be dangerous to them, but it's not. One thing I can say about the Negro, regardless of all the stupidity that's going on with those who have been messed with, what they should never have messed with. And I'm going to say that one more time. The thing are those they should have never messed with. And I say that with authority. Real authority. For those who get into this authoritarian shit. That was their biggest downfall, biggest mistake. They've seen it. They just haven't capitulated. Well, they'll capitulate. That I can guarantee you. The issue is that still at hand. Why are y'all having a hard time, for those who like to assimilate to things, assimilating to your reality, not the one they painted? Stop slacking. Stop slacking. About 4 or 5 o'clock, I'll be going live. Talk about the 13th and 14th Amendment and a few other things with our brother Westside Kulik. I appreciate if y'all there. Sit your families down. You know I'm not big on the cursing and all that, cussing and all that. But yeah, I appreciate if you guys come on over there. And around 4 or 5 o'clock, it's real smoky out here. I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, let me bring this up here. Oh, you about to hook it up? You got? Oh, you gonna do the pasta with the shrimp and all that? Oh man, you about to cook some eggs. Anyway, you scared of that roast? You scared of that pastrami in that car? Cause I'm sitting out in the heat.
Nah.
Cause you would have used by now. You would have ate about 100 sandwiches, cuz. Yeah. Morning. Yeah, we are in the state of morning. All right, I'm gonna show y'all right quick. It's the AM, bro. It's the AM. All right, let's turn this around. See all that haze and white on those? See those mountains? They're dark, y'all. Look over here. See that? That is smoke. We are see that white? All that is smoke. We are sitting in. You see that? That is all smoke, people, or whatever the hell it is that they need in your body, all right, to strengthen them parasites, okay? I'm just saying. I was gonna wash my truck. I was like, what the hell for? You dig? Let me see if I can, yep. All right, let me see. Here we go. All right, look at that. That's from a fire a year ago on the side there, but look at that smoke, all that smoke. Let me go over here. Look over there. Look at that. Look at that smoke. See all that? That is smoke. You see that smoke? You see it? You see that crap? Look at that one way back yonder. Way back over yonder. You can't even see the mountain. I know the mesquite trees. Look at that. Smoke. You see it? Pretty messed up, ain't it? These motherfuckers just can't get it together, man. You would think I'm saying that based on feelings? No. I'm just looking at a thing. Not lethargic. Well, I don't know. Maybe with a little lethargy. Lethargically, I don't know. I just sit there saying, boy, is it that hard for them to get it together and say, stop, y'all. We got to back up. We got to check our shit again. No, they're fooling. When you start seeing weird shit and you keep pushing and pushing and seeing more weird shit, that weird shit will take over and it will create more weird shit. And that's the staple of what you're dealing with. And they keep moving in it and they got to throw all kind of things out and people feed you all that bullshit and y'all going to buy into it. You won't free yourselves from it. Okay? Free yourself from the bullshit. They're going to be stupid. They're going to stupid. Right? They're going to stupid. You ain't got to stupid with them. All right? Somebody donated yesterday. I didn't look. I just saw the thing come down. I'll look later, and I'll shout you out and everything when I come back on, about 4 or whatever. All right? But right now, I'm going to finish my tea. I'm going to make something, put something in my stomach, and I'm going to chat with you guys later. All right? Sisters and brothers.